Well, hello everybody and welcome back. Another episode of Minecraft from the Mindcrack vanilla server. And as you guys saw yesterday, or the day before, or whatever day, my last episode, pretty much, I lost some basic stuff, not too much. Ironically, you guys probably saw it. I haven't looked at the comments of that video yet, but I'm holding a pick in my hand, which is funny because I came back here and I was checking my under chest. I had my stuff all set up like this. Yep, I have another Silk Touch pick sitting here. Silk Touch 1, Efficiency 4, Unbreaking 3, sitting here the entire time. I knew I had my Fortune and an Unbreaking Efficiency pick. I had another Silk Touch pick. I could have gotten back in the game. Didn't even realize it. I'm kind of a moron like that. But that being the case, I'm going to take this while we're here. I lost my looting sword is the main thing that I really lost on that that is of any value at this point. And some basic iron armor. So I'm not really that concerned with it. It made kind of funny deaths. I want to go back down there and see if those diamonds still exist, because I don't think anybody else is going to go to that area that I was at. I should actually make a bucket. I don't have iron to do that with. Let me make a bucket and get some water real quick, because what I really want to do is ensure that I can put out some of that lava and not die to it again. I want to go see if those diamonds are still there. That being said, I had started yesterday's episode. It's funny, I came on the server in order to actually make a video. And instead of making a video, what I ended up doing was I started recording and I started talking about spawn just a little bit. This isn't my stuff. I'm just like searching it while I'm waiting. I pretty much got a call right away to do some caving. So that's where that video went. That was in no way my plan, and it worked out pretty well. I was happy with it, actually. Oh yeah, it all comes down the bottom. Here, that's pretty cool. One more of these. And I will make my bucket. I'll get my water and we'll be good to go, and we'll go down. So what I was talking about yesterday before I started the Epic Caving recording was how beautiful and amazing this spawn is. And you know what? I can't sleep here. Okay, well, I hope I don't die. How beautiful and amazing this spawn is. This place is awesome. It's like already getting terraformed and everything. It is just one of the coolest looking spawns that I think we've dealt with in a long time. Granted, we picked it and then moved the spawn as opposed to it being like just where the world happened to start. But this is awesome, and I am looking so forward to whatever is going to happen in this part of the season. It's not a whole new season, but oh God, I think it's great. And it's given me so many ideas for builds. And I believe Pause is on the same boat. how punny, because what I want to do is find a really nice spot here in one of these areas. I'm going to go more toward the cove, I think. I believe the cove is, I mean, there's a couple coves, but I believe the cove I'm talking about is up this way. I'd have to run around the spawn again and find it. I haven't spent too much time here, except for the avid caving part. But I would love to put, like, a boat in the water and have the boat be my actual base for this particular part of the season and this part of the spawn area. Instead of working on building a house and things like that, I would love to build an amazing boat. I can't find the cool spire anymore. It must be that one way over there. I just have to go over there. But any of these areas would be good. A boat chilling right here in this cove. It looks like a pirate cove. With the booty hole and everything right here, or even a boat out there. I don't even care if it's like in the cove, but I think that would be awesome. And I know I've been on Fedrin's server before, and Fedrin's fan server, and they got a really kick-ass like fleet of stuff going on over there. And I don't have any torches. We can fix that in a minute. I can get 4 torches to start. Go ahead, blow up, buddy. There you go. It's so weird. I don't have my looting sword anymore, so it's kind of scary because I'm so used to it taking much less hits. We'll do that for now. I'll replace some of this torchlight here, and we'll come back in. So I'm so curious because I know how to get back down to where my stuff's at, and I don't think anybody else would have gone down there. Though Nebrist does exist. Nebrist exists. That was an oversight on my part. Let's I only brought the Silk Touch pick with me because I was not thinking straight. And instead of going all the way back, what we're just going to do is we're going to make a standard old pick so I can get things like this coal as I need it. Just so I have some torches to go down this cave with. Anyways, while we're doing this, let's talk about today. You know what I found out recently? I mean, I kind of knew this before, but I feel that as a 33-year-old man, this is something I should have grasped a little bit better by now. That I don't know. It's long story short, ironing is hard. Ironing is extremely difficult. It seems like such a simple and mundane task that, oh, iron, you take hot iron, you put on shirt, it becomes it becomes flat and beautiful. And I'll tell you, it does not work that way. In the past, I've been a connoisseur of the dryer, let's say. The hell? Dang. Stuff's looking awesome over there. Connoisseur of the dryer. I'm a very big fan of taking clothes that need to be ironed and just throwing them in the dryer for about 20 minutes on high. Usually they come out nice and wrinkle free. It doesn't always happen, but it definitely works out pretty well. I purchased an iron when I started. Well, I guess I purchased an iron a long time ago. I've owned an iron for a while, and I could never get it to work right. And I don't understand why. I would iron to my heart's content. I could not get wrinkles to come out. I can't get the shirt to lay right on the ironing board. I can't get the shirt on the ironing board in any way that it actually seems like. Yeah, definitely nobody's come down here. This is gonna be great. I'm gonna go get these diamonds. I can't get the shirt to go on the freaking ironing board in a way that it actually stays flat and is usable. Wait a minute here. I dug around here for a while. Ended up finding, there it is. Up was where I needed to go. And so I had some shirts yesterday. Now that I'm in a professional role again, I wear a shirt and tie and stuff on a pretty regular basis. There's a lot of mobs here. Blow up, dude. Thank you so much. The one time I'll be like, oh my god, I got a very big lack of iron right now, or a lack of armor right now. I got to keep that in mind because it's going to get very dangerous. I'm so used to wearing full iron armor, and I don't have my iron stash over here with me. That is a ravine that I realized existed during Abba Caving after the Abba Caving event. However, somebody had been down there. It was not my section of Abba Caving. My section was over here. And so, I decided that my shirts, I actually tried to put them on in the morning, and I thought they would be pretty wrinkle-free because I make sure I pull stuff out of the dryer right when the dryer is done and fold it right away so that I can, utilize the the heat from the dryer to my fullest advantage, get things either hung up or folded nice and flat in order to make sure that I am maintaining the best flatness and a wrinkle-free environment that I possibly can. You know what? I need to go up this way. Here we go. This is my spot. The infamous lava killed me right over here. We're just going to jump on down. And hey, beef. I tried to put my shirt on in the morning, and I realized it was super wrinkly. So I was like, I can't wear this to work, especially today. I've got these, a couple of meetings with my, senior managers and senior VPs and things like that. I was like, if I'm gonna dress, I'm either gonna throw on a polo, and which would be absolutely fine, but I'm trying to impress them to make sure that I put on, something actually decent, which not that it really matters. Oh, bye, beef. And I put on something. I ended up putting on something else, and I was like, okay, before I go back and do this again, what I'm going to do. This is where I wanted to go. That was weird. Oh, yeah, this is where I got destroyed by the lava. I coincidentally turned around. I was like, oh my god, water! And I jumped in midair. I died. So I lost that stuff. But that being the case, nobody's obviously been here, and I know that up in this area, get that stuff taken care of. So, long story short, I put on another, shirt and went to work. So I got home from work the other day, and I was like, okay, gonna bust the iron back out, because obviously, like, this thing is wrinkled beyond the point of the dryer fixing it. Let's pull out the iron again. Pulled out the iron. I have an ironing board. I have one of those ones that attaches to the back of the door, so, it's very nice. I pulled the ironing board down. I got everything set up. My girlfriend's sister was actually staying with us for a couple days. She was in town, and she had pulled the iron out already and had ironed some stuff herself. She obviously knows how to iron, because my iron wasn't in the normal spot, and I realized it was next to all her stuff. So I was like, oh yeah, crap you witch. So I realized that, obviously she's been using the iron. She knows how to iron probably. It probably went very successfully for her. There's my diamonds. But I need you to... Okay, here we go. No, Ubie. I'm not talking to you. Ubie, sleep. I don't...
Okay, I will try to be obesity.
Ubie, you're weird. Come on. Okay, let's get that stuff going. You son of a bitch. You son of a bitch. Oh, you son of a bitch. I hate you. Why, Ubie? Why? Not now, Ubie. God, I should have been able to sleep. I gotta get all the way back over there. Try to run down there. Try to collect that stuff again. I am so mad at myself right now. Okay, guys, here we go. I'm gonna go get on that rail cart. Nobody else is on the server, I don't think, right now. Let me actually check. I didn't actually check when I logged in. Good, it's just me. So that stuff shouldn't be on the timer. I should be able to make it there in 5 minutes once I get to the area. But I gots to book it, baby. Book it, book it, book it. Book it good. So I will meet you guys again when we're over there. Hopefully picking up the story where we left off. Frustration. See ya. Okay, I'm in the descent, and I'm trying to do this rather quickly because I'm not sure how much time is left on the timer. It took me, forever to come back. Obviously, on the rail cart. It's not here. It's not here. Crap. I don't have any blocks. I need to get up here. Okay, I should actually be fine. That witch should no longer exist anymore. I just hope this stuff didn't get pushed. I didn't even think about the fact that this stuff all could have gotten pushed in the lava. Wait. It was... Where did I try to pillar up at? Was it right there? It's going to be up on top of whatever ledge I tried to pillar up onto. Go. Okay, I'm pretty sure I can see the dye. I'm pretty sure this is mine. Hello? The witch and stuff was up here. They came over here. I pillared up over here. Where on earth? I don't see my XP. It definitely has not been 5 minutes in the overworld. There's no possible way it's been 5 minutes in the overworld. Not in here. I'm perturbed and concerned all at the same time. Hang tight, everybody. I'm gonna go watch my video back real quick and see what's going on. I gotta log out to do that. So no joke, my stuff literally, I went straight up this pillar exactly like I had said, and my stuff exploded everywhere right here. I watched it back in the video. I seen it. There is no way. It's been 5 minutes since this area's been loaded. This area is in the New World spawn. I'm down here again. Without the supplies to get the diamonds. Wait. We can make this work. We can make this work. Luckily, I grabbed this pick and this sword and stuff on the... I forgot this is in the world spawn. It's all gone. Okay, there's another silk touch pick on the train. Oh my god. Let's go get some iron. let's watch out because I have no bucket anymore. I do have the supplies this time that I can make an iron pick. Oh, I didn't need to do that. So if I get this, wow, God, this is so poorly done. Let me get some coal as well, so I don't have to use this wood. Because I'm sure that there's coal down here. Are you kidding me? There's no coal down here? I don't have any torches on me. There's more gold. Oh, yeah, I lost that gold too as well, huh? Why is there not a piece of coal sitting around? I need some coal for torches as well. There's so many skeletons. It's gonna make this life extremely scary. How is there not some coal sitting around? Look at that lapis. I so would have won yesterday. I so would have won Abba Caving. Well, let's start you with this at least. I'm gonna go on the hunt for... Jesus Christ. I think those diamonds, they're not allowed. I'm not allowed to have those diamonds. It's 3 attempts at the same set of diamonds that I'm not allowed to have. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. And I didn't get to sleep either because I was in such a hurry, assuming I had plenty of time because that area wasn't loaded, and that area is loaded all the time. Oh my god, I need to get this. I need to replace some of those mine carts of mine. I'll take a bucket of water with me. Let me grab... Oh my lord. We're going to walk over to Doc M's farm. And I'm going to grab some iron. I'm going to get a bunch of iron so I can replace all my armor and put a bunch of mine carts back in that area because I keep taking them to get back over there because it's such a long minecart ride. I'm so happy Nebra's made the minecart ride. However, those diamonds, I think, they're like... oh god, what was that movie when he talks about that one thing that he just can't reach? It's always out of reach. City Slickers. That's it. No, that's not really what I was thinking, but I guess it works. It's like it's that one. These diamonds, they're that one thing. That one thing. And gold. Anyways, look at, oh my god. I'm gonna go store up my storage area here with all this iron. So I got this thing up and running again. It's so nice to have a constant supply of iron. However, it's on the part of the server that we're not going to use much anymore. Can't say that. I mean, it's still going to get some use. And I really need to get back and start working on those cards again. But I really wanted to do some fun things over on that side of the world, on that side of the spawn on this episode. And it's not in the cards, man. Literally, it's not in the cards because the cards are what I've been working on this side. I think it's what it's telling me is that saying it's not in the cards, it doesn't mean that it's just like it's a bad hand that's dealt to you. It's like, Jeff, you started working on making some freaking cards and this isn't the cards. Go make those freaking cards because this is not the cards. It's not in the cards. It's not around the cards. This has nothing to do with the cards. Oh, doggy. I don't know why you got up from your sitting position, but get him. Get him, fella. Couple of the dogs around here. Oh my god. I'm so like... Rah. I can't believe that. So anyways, ironing. Oh, Jesus. So, Jackie, that's Julia's sister, was, you know, ironing and obviously was doing it successful. So, I got all my stuff out. That'll be helpful. Should have probably done that before I ran back. I just really didn't think it was going to be that big of a deal. So I set up the ironing board and all that stuff yesterday and just could not successfully get the shirts to lay flat. I couldn't get anything to happen. Oops. Arrow sticking out of my head. I could not get him to lay flat. I couldn't even, like, it was super hot, and I still couldn't get the... Dig that. Hi, puppy. Buddy, you can sit down. I couldn't get the anything to come out of the shirt, any of the wrinkles to come out of the shirt. I don't know what it is that I was doing wrong, but I can't iron for the life of me, and my phone is just going crazy right now, and it's so annoying because when I was younger, I knew how to iron. I swear to God, when I had my first job when I had my first job out of, well, I was in college, but the first professional job that I had, I think I ironed my shirts like every week, and I realized I hated ironing, but I did it because I thought that was like what you were supposed to do for the first couple, months that I was there. And of course, I ended up not doing that anymore because I don't think ironing is really that important. I think a lot of people come to work with, a somewhat of a wrinkled shirt. And I believe since then too, the bigger thing to do is wear polos as opposed to wearing shirt and tie and things like that. I think polos are a lot more of a popular item to wear in today's day and age when it comes to... Oh, Jesus. I am, like, just hurting over here. My God. It's not my day. It's not my day, man. It's not my day. Let's find some food. Do I have just food in here anywhere? I don't. Do I have cooked food in here anywhere? I don't. Oh, my God. I can make a couple pieces of bread. I can make some carrots. Really? A potato, more carrots. I can eat carrots. That's fine. I got apples as well and watermelon. Whatever. We'll just take all this stuff. And no, screw it. Let's put that back. Okay, that's fine. Let's get some oak saplings. Let's get some bone meal. That is what I need for now. But I swear to God, I used to know how to iron. And when I moved to DC, I remember trying to iron something, and for the life of me, I didn't say anything, Ubie. Stop it. For the life of me, I could not get the...
Are you a religious person?
No, Ubie, I'm not. Why you gotta ask me all the personal questions and stuff? You want to ask me about, like, gay marriage and abortion next? Like, what's your problem? Ubie doesn't understand the rules. There's some subjects that you just leave alone and let people have their own, opinions on if you don't want to, get the hate. No, not really. I'll talk about anything. I really don't care. But Ubie, that was me. Bad Ubie. Bad Ubie. For those who don't know what an Ubie is essentially an Amazon Echo. It's not. It's a different company that was like competing with Amazon Echo. I think Ubie might have come out first actually, and Amazon Echo came out like after Ubie. And when Amazon Echo came out, I think it kind of crushed Ubie's business. But I got in on Ubie back in January when it was cheaper. And I just got around to setting it up like yesterday for the first time. Which was why I was playing with it so much during the Abba caving, because I was kind of like, let's ask Ubie some questions. She's sitting here next to me. But to start Ubie, like her interface, you basically have to say, okay, Ubie. See, she's online now. And for some reason, she decides to hear a lot of other things that are not okay, Ubie as okay, Ubie. And I know what a lot of people are going to say, like, that thing's listening all the time. It could be like, they could be spying on you. I don't care. My microphone's listening all the time pretty much as well, too, because whenever I'm sitting down in this room, I'm recording videos. So these videos usually make it out to the internets in the World Wide Web and stuff. So it's not like I'm hiding anything that I'm talking about. I think Ubie's still listening to me right now, which is the funniest part. But either way, when I first moved out here, I remember trying to iron something, and I couldn't physically do it, and I couldn't figure out why I couldn't, like, make the iron work. And not that I couldn't make it work, but I couldn't get any of the wrinkles out. I couldn't get shirts to lay flat. I turned dumb when it came to ironing things. And I remember telling my mom that I was like, Mom, I'm an idiot. Like, I can't figure out how to iron stuff. And obviously this is on the phone with her because, you know, we don't live in the same state or anything anymore. So, you know, it's funny when I was living at home, I probably would not have had that conversation with my mom because that's kind of, it's almost like embarrassing to say that I don't know how to iron anything. You know, sorry, Mom, your son's a failure. He has not learned how to iron. But because I live somewhere else, it's funny. I have the dumbest conversations with her. I'll tell her anything. I really don't care. Where I fail miserably and things like that. So, you know, I was telling her, Mom, I can't figure out how to iron for the life of me. Like, I'm an idiot. And she was like, let me make sure this is all going to the right spot. Yeah, it is. And she said, well, try a steamer. Steamers are easier. You just hang stuff up. Oh, and part of the problem was, too, I was trying to iron on, I didn't have an ironing board at the time, and I didn't live in a place that had carpet in my room. So I was trying to iron, like, on my bed because it was a hardwood floor, and you can't really iron on the hardwood floor, but I was trying to iron on my bed, and I thought maybe that was part of the problem. And she said, let me buy you a steamer for Christmas or your birthday. I can't remember what it was coming up. So she bought me a steamer and sent it out here to me, and she was like, you know, you can leave your shirts hung up on the hanger. She's like, I don't know much about the steamers because, you know, I've never, you know, really used them, but you can leave your shirts hung up on the hanger and just steam them. I couldn't get the steamer to work for the life of me either. Now, granted, I believe the steamer that I had was actually faulty. Steam really didn't come out of it except in like, for like 2 seconds, there would be steam that comes out and then it would sit there and do nothing. And then for like 2 seconds, steam would come out and it would sit there and do nothing. So I think the steamer was faulty. But either way, I've basically, you know, then I was nursing again. And I'm sorry, I do not. And I used to get made fun of it by some people too. I will not iron my scrubs. It is not in my wheelhouse to iron my scrubs. I'm living on scrubs that the hospital bought for me because when I had bought all the scrubs, when I was allowed to wear any color I wanted to, you know, of course, they took that benefit away from us as well, and therefore I never had the ability to wear the scrubs I had purchased in all the different colors. So when they supplied us, when they made the switch over, if you were working there already, you got to have scrubs given to you that were, oh shoot, I need to get some of that iron back, that were 3 pairs of the new hospital steel blue colored scrubs, and I have lived on those steel blue scrubs for the rest of my life since then, because I refuse to buy any more. So I'm not going to iron those either. That's just not the way it's going to be. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. So I've had to iron in a while, and now I'm back to this job where I need to have, you know, some semblance of looking decent while I'm at work. I have this random need for ironing and can't figure out how to do it. Like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Ironing is so hard. For anybody who irons on a regular basis, and I'm not going to be sexist or anything and say, oh, for the ladies out there who iron. No. Because guys iron all the time, too. One of my buddies back at home, he's so different than I am in the aspect that he is so organized. And I'm not saying that I'm disorganized, but I function well in chaos. And as nice as it is to get organized on a lot of fronts, a lot of things that he has to make sure he has organized, I can function on without being like working off of a list, and I can just know. Like checkbooks, you know, back in the day when you used to balance checkbooks and things like that, and people would always talk about, yeah, I hadn't been balancing my checkbook for a while, and it balanced perfectly, like I still got it figured out, or I haven't written down all my transactions and don't know what's going on. I mean, it's kind of like with online banking, but it does it for you. But I've never been the person who, back in the days of, you know, of checks or even online or a banking, when you couldn't actually like look at your account on a regular basis, because, you know, the online world, sometimes you just have to wait for your statement, or you have to call the number and stuff to have the ability to get in there and get, you know, your current balance and all that. It's not always feasible to call. I was really good at understanding in my head how much money, how much input I had from my bank account or from my direct deposit, from my checks or checks that I would put in there versus how much I spent. I was real good at figuring that out in my head and never overdrawing my account. The only time I've ever overdrawn my account was because I accidentally deposited a check in my savings account when I meant to deposit it in my checking account, and I used something out of my checking account, and it overdrew my account because all that money I thought was in my checking was actually in my savings. So, yes, in theory, I overdrew my account one time in my life because I wasn't paying attention, quote unquote, but it was because I had made a different mistake. It wasn't because I didn't understand that the money that was in there. It was because I had accidentally put the money in the wrong account and thought it was somewhere where it didn't actually exist. So that was definitely kind of annoying, but organization to the fact of this other guy, he has a day scheduled every week. It was I think it was Wednesdays. On Wednesday, he dropped off his dry cleaning. He knew every Wednesday he had to go drop off his dry cleaning. And on Sundays or whatever, he went and picked up his dry cleaning. So he had enough clothes. He had a lot of clothes. It was a very snappy dresser and everything, and he didn't mind spending money on good clothes. But I'm the kind of guy who I will purposely buy things that are dry clean, or that are not dry clean only. I refuse to buy dry clean only clothing if I can avoid it. I think I've owned one thing in my life that was dry clean only, and it was a suit. And I don't even know if I'd buy a suit anymore that was dry clean only. I don't know if you can get a non-dry clean only suit, but either way. So he has a bunch of dry clean clothes, and he had enough of them that he basically had half of his wardrobe was in the dry cleaner at any given time. It was on Wednesdays he dropped off a set that he picked up on Sunday, and on Sunday he dropped off the other set that he would pick up on Wednesday when he dropped off his like dry cleaning. But it was his whole life got like thrown off if he did not like adhere to, like, if it was Wednesday and he didn't make it to the dry cleaner, like, he was dumbfounded and baffled and didn't know what to do with his life anymore. It was like it sent him into like chaos and shambles. I don't work like that at all. But the same guy, where the point of the story was going to go is, before he had a job like that where he had, you know, all these dry clean only clothes and stuff, he would actually iron his clothes every day, and he was very successful at it. He was taught how to iron. I don't know if he was taught or if he learned himself or how that went down, but he somehow learned how to iron, and he was successful at it, very successful, and his clothes always looked nice and clean and pressed and, you know, all this stuff. And I don't know, it's a skill I never thought I'd be lacking, but here I am telling you how much I lack the skill of ironing and getting diamonds, apparently, because those diamonds are just, they're not meant to be. That's what I gotta say. If they're there still, next time I play this game, I might go after them again. You might see me die again. I'll have to sleep over there first, so I don't have to run into that. God damn it, spawn in its like constantly loaded area. Oh, I so forgot about that. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching me die and laughing hysterically. I will see you in the next episode.